I have a question for you. Think carefully about this question before you answer it. What does a cow have 4 of that a woman only has 2 of? Legs! And that's it, legs! I know you were thinking of dirty things, you dirty people. Hello people. It is bloody freezing, which is why I've got my winter jacket on. I've got 2 layers of trousers and my winter gloves. I noticed the other day that on my old channel I'm wearing the same gloves. They've lasted well. These must be about 11 or 12 years old. But they keep me hands warm. The last time I came down here, this road was flooded. Now we've had a bit of rain over the last few days, which is why I haven't managed to get out. So I'm wondering if the road is going to be clear when I get down this little bit around here. Because last time it wasn't clear. If you watch one of my other moto vlogs, you will see me stopping the bike and looking over the brick wall there, because this bit down here in the dip was totally flooded. And as you can see, it's clear today, so that's good. I wanted to talk to you today about learners on bikes and the philosophy behind learners getting a full bike license for a big bike. And I talk from experience here, but not for myself actually, but for my son. I was over the moon when my son got interested in biking, and it's not for everyone, I do know that. And he started off on a little 50cc scooter. I'm not kidding, this thing looked like it should do 90 miles an hour. And in fact, I think it did about 30 as a top speed. And the problem was that we lived in a place where 5 minutes away were roads like this. Lots of cut-throughs to get to the main roads. And he became a roadblock. Because he'd always get drivers, impatient drivers behind him wanting to get past him because he was only going 30 miles an hour. And I always felt he was in more danger on that 50cc than he was when he managed to move up to a 125cc. At least on his 125, he could keep up with the traffic and he wasn't a roadblock. You just get idiots who want to pass him there, not people who are stuck behind him. And he kind of progressed from that to bigger bikes, and he actually had a Harley for a while, although he got better. He wasn't ill for long. He had a little Sportster, but then he found that he had a love for sports bikes, and that's what he ended up riding most of the time. But the difference between him and me is he's a lot younger. That's bloody obvious. Now, the difference between him and me is the fact that he used his bike as his main form of transport. I paused then because there was a little bump in the road, I know it's there. So I kind of thought it'd be interesting to see, because he had to ride his bike in all weathers to go to work, would he still have the thrill of riding it, or would it become the norm or boring for him? And to be honest people, he still had the thrill. Now, he doesn't ride anymore because he lives in a flat and he doesn't have a garage and he can't keep his bike anywhere, and I live too far away from him now for him to leave his bike in my garage. But he still has that enthusiasm. And I think one day, in fact I know one day, when he eventually moves into a house and has space for a pony, has space for a bike, a metal pony, he will get himself a bike again. But the point I'm making about the learners and what I wanted to get over is, I always felt he was safer, because he is a sensible lad, he was safer on larger bikes. And I'm just wondering, I mean, they don't do it with cars, do they? They don't say, right, you're a learner, so you can only drive a car up to this capacity. You can only you can only go around in a Fiat 300 or whatever it is. But they do it in bikes, and I understand that these bikes have more power, but surely if the young riders got used to them, and I agree with the bit about not letting them out on the road until they're fully confident about using roads, but I just think that starting them off on a 50cc, a lot of them probably lose their enthusiasm for biking, because their experience starts off on a negative, because they are going along at 30. I mean, I'm not going fast now, I'm going 50 down this country lane. But if I was going 30, I will slow down to 30 here. There's no one behind me, so I'm not causing a problem. Just to give you an idea of what I mean. Right, this is 30. It's ridiculous. It is ridiculous. So that was my point. If you're a biker, you ride safe. If you're not a biker, you be safe. I'll catch you later, guys.